Pain. Everyone feels it. Everyone fears it. But very few ever understand it. And even fewer use it. Let me tell you something right now. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is not your curse. Pain is not your weakness. Pain is your power. And the moment you realize that, your life begins to change. Let's be clear, this world will hurt you. You will be broken. You will be rejected. You will be ignored. You will cry alone at night when no one hears you, when no one checks in, when the world moves on without you. You will feel abandoned, betrayed, lost, and forgotten. That's guaranteed. But that's not the end of your story. That's the beginning of your rise. Because pain has a purpose. Because pain has power. Because pain isn't punishment. Pain is the pressure that awakens the warrior in you. Some of you are listening right now and your heart is heavy. You've been through hell. You've lost people. You've made mistakes you regret. You've hit rock bottom more times than you can count. And you're tired. But I'm here to tell you something that will sound insane. That pain you feel right now is a gift. Not a curse. Not a punishment. A gift. Because inside that pain is power. It's untapped, hidden, raw strength waiting to be discovered. And when you finally stop running from the pain, when you finally look it in the face, when you finally choose to stand in it, walk through it, fight with it, that's when the breakthrough comes. You want success? You want greatness? Then stop chasing comfort. Stop avoiding pain. Because every person who's ever become something in this world used pain as their fuel. Muhammad Ali said, "I hated every minute of training, but I said, don't quit. Suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion." Kobe Bryant played through torn ligaments. Oprah Winfrey was abused as a child. Nelson Mandela was imprisoned for 27 years. Steve Jobs got fired from the company he founded. Michael Jordan got cut from his high school team. What do they all have in common? Pain. But more importantly, they didn't waste it. They used it. Now you've been knocked down. I know. Life has hit you hard. You're bleeding. You're wounded. But listen to me, warriors aren't born when things are easy. Warriors are forged in the fire of pain. The fire you're in right now, that's not the end of you. That's your transformation. That's your evolution. Think about this, a seed has to break before it can grow. A diamond is formed under pressure. Steel is strengthened in the flames. And you, your future self, is being built right now in your suffering. I know what it's like to sit in silence and question everything. I know what it's like to feel invisible. To feel like you're screaming for help but no one hears you. To feel like you've given your best and still come up short. But that pain you're carrying? That's your key. Not the end of your story, the beginning of your power. Stop asking why it happened. Start asking what it's building. Your heartbreak? It's teaching you resilience. Your failures? They're sharpening your focus. Your loneliness? It's preparing your strength. Your betrayal? It's teaching you self-worth. Your losses? They're creating your hunger. Your pain is preparing your purpose. But the problem is, most people run. They numb the pain with distractions, social media, alcohol, fake relationships, scrolling through life like zombies hoping the ache goes away. It doesn't. It grows. It festers. Because pain demands attention. And if you don't face it, it will own you. But if you turn around, if you face it like a warrior, if you look pain in the eye and say, "You will not destroy me, you will build me," that's when your life starts to change. That's when pain becomes power. Because pain has one goal: to transform you, to sharpen you, to make sure that when you rise unshakable. You think strength comes from peace? No. Strength is born in the fire of suffering. Wisdom is born in heartbreak. Patience is born in frustration. Greatness is born in the trenches. And right now, if you're in pain, you're being prepared. Prepared to rise. Prepared to lead. Prepared to dominate. Prepared to become what you were meant to be. You don't get strong by wishing for it. You get strong by choosing to get back. By standing when your legs shake. By walking when your soul is tired. By fighting when everything inside you says quit. Want to know who you really are? Go through pain. Because pain strips away the fake. Pain removes the comfort. Pain destroys the mask. And what's left is the real pain. The warrior. The beast. The one that doesn't justify it. Let me say this clearly. You are not a victim. You are a product of pain. You are becoming someone stronger, wiser, bolder, more dangerous because of it. So don't use it. Use it to fuel your growth. Use it to drive your vision. Use it to build your discipline. Use it to write your comeback story. You want to inspire others one day? Then you will your beat. Because one day, someone will need your story. They'll need to know you hurt and you rose. That you bled and you healed. That you lost and still found. Pain is your testimony. Your pain is your path. Your pain is your power. So say it. I won't quit. I won't let pain break. I will let pain build me. Because I was born for this. This pain, it's not punishment. It's preparation. And I promise you, when you come out of this season, you won't be the same. You'll be sharper. You'll be tougher. You'll be wiser. You'll be powerful. And the world will never see you the same again. So rise. Rise through the pain. Rise through the fear. rise through the fire. Because pain is not the end of you. It's the beginning of your rise. Why pain is a gift and what it's trying to teach you. You've felt pain. You've carried it. You've been buried by it. And now it's time to understand something most people never realize. Pain is a gift. Not the kind of gift you ask for. Not the kind you wrap in ribbons. But the kind you look back on years later and whisper, "Thank God I went through that." See, life doesn't give us growth wrapped in comfort. Growth comes through challenge. Growth comes through adversity. Growth comes through that breaking point when you think, "I can't take another step." And you take one anyway. Most people spend their entire lives avoiding pain, dodging hard truths, running from their demons, escaping discomfort, and they wonder why they never grow, why they feel stuck, why nothing changes. But you're here because you're different. Because deep down, you know the truth. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is your greatest teacher. Ask yourself, what taught you more, the easy times or the hard ones? The wins or the wounds? The comfort or the chaos? Pain teaches you what happiness never could. Pain wakes you up. Pain forces you to confront reality. Pain makes you humble, hungry, and honest. It strips away the lies you tell yourself. It shows you who you really are when everything falls apart. When you're in pain, there's no pretending. No filters. No pretending to be okay. That's when you meet the raw, unfiltered, real you. And that version of you? That's the one with power. That's the one that can build an empire. That's the one that can't be stopped. So let's talk about what pain is really trying to teach you. 1. Pain teaches you your strength. You don't know how strong you are until being strong is your only option. You don't know how much you can carry until life puts the weight on your shoulders. You don't know how deep your spirit runs until you're broken and still breathing. Pain shows you the power that's been sleeping inside you. It's not weakness. It's a mirror. It reflects who you really are and reveals what you're capable of. The people who've suffered the most often become the most resilient. Because pain builds mental armor. Pain trains your mind to endure. Pain tells your body, "We don't quit around here." Think of the strongest people you know. They didn't get there by coasting. They got there by crawling through hell and refusing to stay there. So when pain comes, don't say, "Why me?" Say, "Try me." 2. Pain teaches you clarity. You know how many people waste their lives chasing things that don't matter? Likes, followers, approval. They live shallow lives chasing shallow goals. But when pain hits, suddenly, everything becomes clear. You stop caring what people think. You stop chasing noise. You start focusing on what's real. You get quiet. You get present. You get honest. Pain teaches you what matters. It shows you who your real friends are. It shows you what's worth fighting for. It shows you where your time, your love, your energy truly belong. Pain is not just a hammer, it's a spotlight. It points out your lies, your distractions, your false identities, and burns them down. It strips your life down to the essentials, so you can finally build from truth. 3. Pain teaches you purpose. You weren't born to live an average life. You weren't born to sleepwalk through your existence. You were born to serve, to impact, to lead, but purpose doesn't arrive by accident. Purpose is born from pain. Think about it. The greatest leaders, the greatest healers, the greatest voices in this world. Almost all of them found their mission in the middle of suffering. They turned heartbreak into compassion. They turned rejection into direction. They turned trauma into legacy. The question isn't, why am I going through this? The real question is, what is this pain preparing me for? Because pain is never without a purpose. Sometimes that purpose is to shake you. Sometimes it's to wake you. And sometimes it's to break everything that's not real so the real you can be born. There are people you haven't met yet who are going to need your story. There are lives you haven't touched yet that will one day say, "Because of you, I didn't give up." But that testimony doesn't come from easy days. It comes from walking through pain and still choosing to rise. 4. Pain teaches you control. Let's get this clear. You don't control everything that happens to you, but you always control how you respond. Pain teaches you that. Pain teaches you how to breathe in chaos, how to stay calm in the storm, how to respond when life throws fire at your dreams. Anyone can smile when life is perfect. But can you stay grounded when it falls apart? Can you keep your heart pure when you're betrayed? Can you stay focused when you're hurting? Pain teaches you that you can. You realize your power doesn't lie in circumstances, it lies in your choices. In your mindset. In your reactions. In your discipline. Pain forces you to control your energy or be consumed by it. And once you realize that, you become unstoppable. Because the world can shake, but you stay still. 5. Pain teaches you patience. This is the one lesson we don't like. We want everything now. Healing now. Success now. Change now. But pain slows you down. It reminds you that growth takes time. That greatness isn't microwaved. That deep transformation isn't instant, it's earned. The seed has to sit in darkness before it sprouts. The caterpillar has to dissolve before it flies. And you're going through a process that can't be rushed. Pain teaches you to trust the process even when it makes no sense. To keep moving even when you see no progress. To believe in tomorrow even when today hurts. That's power. That's spiritual maturity. That's inner strength. So the next time life makes you wait, don't see it as punishment. See it as preparation. Let me tell you a truth that might hurt. You needed the pain. Not because you deserved to suffer, but because you deserve to evolve. Because there was a version of you inside that could only come alive through the fire. Yes, it broke you. But it also built you. Yes, it hurt. But it also healed what you didn't even know was broken. Yes, it was dark. But it led you to your light. And now you carry wisdom. Now you carry scars that turned into strength. Now you carry a power the old you never had. Don't ever forget this. Your pain is part of your story. But it doesn't get to write your ending. You do. You get to decide. Will I stay broken? Or will I break through? Will I let this pain bury me? Or will I let it birth me? Will I let the past define me? Or will I use it to refine me? The choice is yours. And you already know what to do. You already know it's time. Time to stop running. Time to stop hiding. Time to stop pretending you're powerless. You're not. You never were. You were just untested. You were just unrefined. But now you've been through the fire. Now you know what pain feels like. Now you know what loss, failure, heartbreak, and fear feel like. And guess what? You're still here. Still breathing. Still standing. Still fighting. That means you've got work to do. People to impact. Mountains to move. Dreams to chase. Legacies to leave. So use the pain. Build with it. Train with it. Focus it. Transform it. Because pain isn't weakness. It's proof that you're alive. It's evidence that you still care. And it's a reminder that inside you, buried deep beneath the wounds, is a power no one can take from you. The power to rise. Turning pain into fuel, how to use suffering to drive success. You've felt the pain. You've cried. You've suffered. You've broken. And now comes the turning point. What will you do with that pain? Because pain by itself changes nothing. It's what you deal with the pain that matters. It's the action you take, the energy you create, the fuel you generate, that's what transforms your life. Here's the truth, pain is energy. Pure, raw, unfiltered energy. And energy doesn't disappear, it transforms. So the real question is, will your pain become poison? Or will it become power? Will it paralyze you? Or will it push you? Will it hold you back? Or will it drive you forward like a force of nature? You already know the answer. Because if you want success, real, lasting, unshakable success, you're going to have to run on pain. Pain is your fuel. You take that heartbreak and you turn it into hunger. You take that betrayal and you turn it into boundaries. You take that failure and you turn it into focus. You take every no, every rejection, every closed door, and you turn it into obsession. You say, "Thank you for the pain, now watch what I do with it." You want motivation? Look at your scars. You want drive? Look at what broke you. You want intensity? Remember how it felt to be underestimated, laughed at, pushed aside. Your pain is not the excuse to stop. It's the reason to go harder. You've got to train with the pain. Every day you wake up tired? That's a rep. Every time you fail and get back up? That's a rep. Every moment you keep going when no one believes in you? That's a rep. That's a workout for the soul. The world sees you now and they think you're quiet, that you're calm. But inside, you're burning. Inside, you're working. Inside, you're turning pain into power. Let it push you. Let it fuel your workouts. Let it focus your mind. Let it sharpen your goals. Let it light a fire so big inside you, it burns every excuse to the ground. No more waiting. No more talking. No more planning to change someday. Today is the day you weaponize your pain. Flexed biceps use your pain to build discipline. You want to change your body? Your habits? Your mind? Your life? Good. Then start by embracing the pain of discipline. Because the pain of discipline is temporary, but the pain of regret? That lasts forever. Discipline means you show up when it hurts. You train when you're tired. You work when you're doubted. You stay focused when life throws distractions. And you say no to the old version of you, the one who quit when it got hard. Pain gives you two options. Suffer now or suffer later. Suffer now by doing the work. By saying no to easy. By choosing growth. By saying yes to the lonely nights, the early mornings, the brutal workouts, the silent battles. Or suffer later. When the dream dies. When the regret hits. When you realize you wasted the pain instead of using it. Choose now. Choose effort. Choose struggle. Choose to suffer for the right reasons. Because that suffering? That's the grind that sharpens greatness. Use your pain to master your mind. Here's something they don't teach in school. Your mind is a battlefield. And pain is the pressure that forges mental toughness. You don't build resilience by avoiding discomfort. You build it by walking straight into it. Pain teaches you how to keep moving when your mind screams quit. It teaches you how to lead yourself when no one's clapping. How to push through the mental fog, the doubts, the fear. You stop needing motivation because pain becomes your momentum. When your mind says, "I can't," your pain replies, "You already have." When your body says, "Stop," your pain whispers, "One more rep." When your circumstances say, "No way," your pain screams, "Watch me." Use your pain to build your future. Pain is not here to keep you trapped. Pain is here to break the limits off your life. You've got to think bigger now. You've got to move with intensity now. You've got to stop playing small. Because that pain you've been through, It cost too much to settle for average. You didn't survive all that to live a life of excuses. You didn't suffer just to blend in. You didn't cry yourself to sleep just to clock in, clock out, and die with your dreams. That pain came to wake you up. To say, there's more in you. To say, you've got a mission. To say, you're not done. So use the pain. Use the betrayal to build boundaries. Use the loss to build appreciation. Use the heartbreak to build love that's real. Use the failure to build resilience. Use the shame to build wisdom. Use the darkness to build your light. Every pain is a brick. And every day you show up, you're building the foundation of the future. You're turning agony into architecture. You're turning wounds into weapons. You're building the life the old you didn't even believe was possible. Counterclockwise arrows. Pain doesn't stop you. It starts you. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need perfect people. You need one thing: fire in your soul. You already have the pain. Now turn it into fire. Turn it into strategy. Turn it into action. Every step you take in pain. Every rep you push through with tears. Every moment you stay disciplined when it hurts. You are sending a message to the universe. I will not be broken. I will not be stopped. I will rise. The pain ends when the purpose begins. You want relief? You want the pain to finally make sense? Then give it a job. Pain without purpose is torture. Pain with purpose is transformation. So don't just feel it. Don't just sit in it. Direct it. Command it. Use it. Let it push you to work harder. Let it wake you up earlier. Let it inspire you to live louder. Let it remind you every single day. You are not weak. You are not broken. You are not a victim. You are becoming. And no one can stop a human being who has turned their pain into purpose. So get up. Wipe the tears. Clench your fists. Look at that mirror and say, this pain will not destroy me. It will define me. Stories of unbreakable souls, proof that pain creates power. You've heard the message. You've felt the fire. Now let me show you what it looks like when pain turns to power. Because this is not just talk. This is not just motivation. This is real. And real people have risen from real pain to build lives that change the world.